YouTube, Twitch. What's up? How y'all doing? I hope y'all having a good day. I'm not late. For this stream, I will be talking about is DC, Marvel, or Star Wars universe is good. It's based on the series I'm looking at. Because I look at Boba Fett. The Boba Fett series is good, but the Boba Fett series is not as good as it could have been. Like I think, in my opinion, it could have been better. It could have been better, in my opinion. The Boba Fett series could be better right now, but the thing, and plus the Peacemaker series actually is surprisingly good. It is, in my opinion, it is surprisingly good in my opinion. Which kind of surprised me at that point because that's what if you look at the series, everything like that. This Peacemaker series when it first came out, and look at the trailer, like you wouldn't think that the series would have been good and put it just would have been a joke and that's it. Wow, a story. And plus when you look at it, um, it's not too joking. It's not too joking, and it's not like I said, it's not Disney. It just not Disney when when I think in my opinion it just won't bring the stakes in my opinion. That's just me. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Might be different, everything like that. But if y'all can prove me different, then y'all could. But then, in my opinion, it is like I think the Peacemaker series right now. I hate to say it, is better than WandaVision, which was surprising in my opinion. Be be because like for me, right? I know what to say this before the WandaVision show came out. And let me find all the Disney series plus series that came out so far. Let me bring it up because think about it. Like I know Disney Plus came out with a whole. I got about 3 or 4 shows. I think they came out with Disney Plus, Marvel shows. Let me see. Oh, man, be, be because like before Peacemaker come out, my expectations was low for the show. My expectation was real low because my expectation was not high at all doing the Peacemaker show. And there's no how good it is right now. This Peacemaker show is actually good, but it's actually surprising in my opinion. Be because like for me, right, just for the show to be that good, everything else like that. The Peacemaker show to be good, and everything else. Like I think in my opinion, it actually like surprising to me. Wait a minute, you two. I'll be right back. Because, like, in my opinion, if y'all think the Peacemaker show or either if y'all got a favorite Disney Plus show down like that, then y'all can type me in the chat. and and for YouTube, Twitch, and to the person, in my opinion, some of the Marvel DC shows actually disappoint me in my opinion. And what's kind of a bad thing for me because like half of the Marvel shows that came out, um I was actually um I was actually disappointed in the shows and stuff like that in my opinion. Because right, if you look at it, the shows I was expecting to be good, it wasn't it it just wasn't as good as I expected to be, of my opinion. Because like for me, right, if you look at the when you look at the shows, movies, and everything that you expect to just to connect and be like for the source material, which I don't get half of the time, because like for me, right, when you look at half of the stuff that you expect to be as source material, in which I don't like half of the time, and when you figure out the person didn't even try for source material, everything else like that, was kind of bad in my opinion. Because like for me, right, if I was doing a show, a movie, or anything else, it's like I will at least try to read some source material, in my opinion. But everybody different, though. But everybody is different. If in kind of like for me, if people don't take if people don't take it seriously, I think in my opinion, the source material, which is kind of the bad and the good at the same time, and kind of like in my opinion, right? If you look at source material, make sure it's good, and well, you make sure, in my opinion, when you read source material, everything like that, and you try to make it into a show, make sure you get the right thing. In my opinion, because like for me, where I be looking at shows, everything like that, it is that you can tell that a certain episodes that the video director didn't even try to read the source material. If they had to change something, I am good with that. You can bring certain stuff for the comic books into the mainstream. I understand that, but the thing is, in my opinion, is like with some directors, in my opinion, take their own liberties dealing with shows, movies, and everything else, which I don't like most of the time. Because think about it, if you're gonna do good, bad, everything else like that, in my opinion. But with that, in my opinion, if you're gonna do it, make sure you try to make it similar to the source material, everything else like that, which I like, in my opinion, will be good. And kind of like for me, if y'all got an opinion about a certain show, because like for me, right, what I learned, like if you got different opinions based on shows, movies, and everything else like that, like you got to make sure that you got it in check, in my opinion. And that's just me. If you look at it, of my opinion, everything else like that, you look at everything, in my opinion, which I will learn and stuff like that. If you look at it, yeah, if you look for other opinions, which I think they do, they don't. And some people think it's actually a bad decision. Some people think it's good. Some people like it. Some people don't. And which I do learn dealing with, which I know, right, dealing with comic books and stuff like that. It like you can't bring everything in it. I know that. But the thing about I learned about certain shows, everything like that, with the British try to put their own political opinions in it, which is dumb in my opinion. That's the dumbest I political opinions, but just trying to make the best show possible. I think, in my opinion, that'd be a good thing. That'd be good, bad, and everything between. And that just me, in my opinion. If y'all like it, y'all like it. If you like my opinion, if you agree with it, don't agree with it, it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all at the end of the day. And kind of like my opinion is like kind of thing about it. Let's just try to compare it to certain shows. Is Peacemaker better than What If? Yeah. Is Peacemaker better than Loki in certain aspects? Yes, it is. Is Peacemaker better than Hawkeye? Yeah, it is. Is Peacemaker better than WandaVision? Yep, by miles. It is Peacemaker better than Hawkeye? Yeah, yeah, but the show did Hawkeye no justice. I think, in my opinion, it did him some justice, but it didn't did him enough justice that just to give the general public to just giving that boost. I think of disrespect. But think about it. The only show Peacemaker is not better than by a little bit, but I'll probably wait to the end to figure it out. Is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? That's the only show. The rest of the shows just average, disappointments when you don't expect the show, but disappointment. But they do disappoint, in my opinion. The shows that disappoint, and everybody different on that. Everybody different on that, in my opinion. And and that's just me. And that's just me, in my opinion, based on opinions and everything else which I learned dealing with shows, movies, and everything else. Is like for me, right? If you want to make a good show, make sure make sure the dialogue makes sense. Because the thing about it, the thing about my opinion is like when you look at shows, some of the shows some of the shows dialogue conflicts with the movies because you're not supposed to, like, in my opinion, y'all can like it or not, you're supposed to go by the same canon. Sound like Loki. Loki didn't went canon just by saying during the show. The show thing said Thomas on is predetermined, which is cap, because that's what, if you look at it, if everything just was predetermined, then the timekeepers just could have found the other Loki. They could have found them easier, in my opinion, if it was. Because we all know at the end of the day that these stuff is not capped. That stuff is capped when the timekeepers say in the Loki show saying that everything is predetermined. But it's just one of the dumbest thing I ever heard of. Because think about it, I understand the reason why I didn't want to say it was predetermined just to keep people from investigating and stuff like that. It's like everybody different on that front. But the thing about me, in my opinion, what I like about it, kind of like thing I like about it, I kind of like about the Loki show. The Loki show for me shows stakes, and it made more sense than One Division, which was kind of surprising in my opinion. Because the thing about it is like I didn't expect for a show dealing with timekeeping to have more sense than One Division, than the character that we know forever, in my opinion. And that was a bad disappointment, in my opinion. That was a bad disappointment. That just me. That just me, in my opinion. That just a disappointment for me to know. A bad disappointment for me just to know that a character that we know for more years, and for her to being in all these Avengers movies, and just for me to understand Loki's show more than hers was it's kind of bad. It's kind of a bad thing, in my opinion. It's kind of bad story writing. Sound like the What If episode is like, I don't got no problem with it, but my problem with the What If episodes half the time is like some of them don't even follow canon, don't even go with stuff like that. But it's me, in my opinion. But it's in my opinion, right? If y'all want to know about the What episode, my favorite one was the Doctor Strange episode, and kind of the other one I like is like with the Watcher and for the Ultron is fighting. I like that fight. That fight was actually good, in my opinion. Some people didn't like it, some people did, but like in my opinion, I actually like that fight. I actually had like that fight, in my opinion, because that fight was good. But my only problem is that Ultron should have lost that fight, in my opinion. He should have lost it. He should have lost that fight, in my opinion. But everybody different though. Everybody different on that point. Some people saying that Ultron just shouldn't win that fight, dealing with the stuff, everything like that. But but deal with me, in my opinion, I don't think that was the right move. I think, in my opinion, on that episode is it's for like my opinion is for Ultron to win that fight, which was dumb. But the thing about it, when you look at the other episodes to come across, you could have figured out the reason why. And that's my thing about it. Like what some people think, in my opinion, right, dealing with the Marvel universe, they think the Marvel universe is how can I say this? They think the Marvel universe is perfect. It's what we all know is that the Marvel universe is not perfect, in my opinion. But yeah, I can try to be in denial saying it's perfect, it's good, everything good about it, and that's my opinion about it. But everybody different on that. But the thing about me and my opinions, which I think about the universe, everything like that, is like I actually think, which I do think in my opinion, is that it's actually good. If y'all think it's good or bad, then y'all can put it in the chat or just in the comments after this live stream over. But the thing about it, in my opinion, is like I think, in my opinion, right, is that the Loki show should have been a little bit longer. If they didn't have all that info and have more action to it, that had purpose to it, which I think, in my opinion, would have been would have been good, of my opinion, to have. because right when you look at the shows, movies, and everything else like that, which I know that most people, which I know most of the time that half these comments be going by, in my opinion. But uh, uh, like in my opinion and stuff like that, it's like I actually think, in my opinion, that some of the movies actually be good, in my opinion. But everybody different though. That some like the Marvel movies, and some of the Marvel movies be like overrated, and some people think that some of the movies actually be bad. Some of them is bad though. I give them that. Some of the movies don't be the best, and Marvel don't do me no favors just by coming out just for movies that don't even go by the source material half of the time. Sound like the movie Ragnarok. The Ragnarok movie, I could have given it a pass if it would have been serious. It would have been a serious movie with some action to it. If they want to change around a little bit of something about the movie, I wouldn't be good with that. But we know Disney don't like to do that, don't they? And plus, we all know how Disney works. That sound like for me, right? The Ragnarok movie could have been better. I think, in my opinion, it could have been better. Like I think, in my opinion, if the movies wouldn't have been, if the Ragnarok movie wouldn't have been so jokey, that because that movie shown, in my opinion, that movie has shown, in my opinion, is that Disney is not willing to, wasn't willing to go there during that time. During that time, in my opinion, was kind of a bad thing, in my opinion, because like we all know, dealing with Disney's and movies and everything like that, and that's kind of like kind of like the Ragnarok movie. The Ragnarok movie, if y'all seen the anime movie, the Ragnarok movie was about the destruction of Asgard. I was trying to save it, just for destruction of Asgard, but it's showing, but it's showing me, at the time the Marvel made Ragnarok, is that the Bill director didn't want to do it like the comics, which I didn't mind at first. If he didn't want to do like the comics and he wanted to change around a little bit or something, I would have been good with that. But the thing about I didn't like, but the thing about what I do learn about just my certain stuff, deal with comic books, is like you can't change the tone all the way, and the comic book fans will go after you. So I'm like Hella, I like Hella, Hella, the Hella, the Hella and Ragnarok was actually good. I didn't hate her. I didn't like the way the movie tone was, in my opinion, dealing with Hella, and that just me. Um, Sound like people can hate me and everything like that, but we all know is that it a lot of people like it for the general public, but for a comic book person, the comic book people didn't like it because that movie is actually a serious movie and not actually a joke of a movie, which he made it, which I didn't like, in my opinion. Like he made a joke, and he made it such a joke on that movie. Is that when people in the theaters was actually laughing during the destruction of Asgard, I said, how in the world do you make one of the most tragic things happen at Asgard a joke? But he did it. He did it. He found a way to did it. And when he found a way to do it, And that was a whole lot of questions answers. That was a whole lot of question answers, in my opinion, that should have been answered about Disney itself, which I don't like most of the time. That with Disney, some of the stuff they do, and and kind of like when you look at the movie, Infinity War, that was actually that movie was good, a good 2 part movie, and kind of like for me, right? That kind of like for movies, shows, everything was like that. It's like in my opinion, when you like it, don't like it, a certain movie, and plus you don't give valid critiques, and plus you just follow somebody else. I think, in my opinion, which is wrong, in my opinion. Because think about it, like in my opinion, right? In my opinion, when you deal with um when you deal with movie characters, I think comic book characters, and you try to when you try to make stuff good based on the comic book characters and stuff like that, it that me as a viewer is that I will actually give you credit for that, and that's actually a good thing when somebody's trying to get something that for a comic book character, everything like that will actually be good. It will actually be good, in my opinion. When you look at some, like, in my opinion, stuff like that, based on movies, shows, and everything else like that, which I learned, which I did learn half of the time, sound like the random rock stuff wasn't a joke, because the thing about I actually saw the movie, and plus the Loki show was kind of, it was better than expected, but it's not better than Peacemaker, which kind of disappointed me to a point. Because right, Peacemaker is a new character just not going to stream, and we had Loki on stream for all them movies, and we can't give him respect. I think, in my opinion, was kind of like, but kind of like in my opinion, which I didn't like half of the time, which I didn't like half of the time, dealing with movie shows, everything else like that. It's like when you look at the movie, that some of the shows there should have been, some of the shows didn't make no sense. Sound like the What If show wasn't good. The What If show wasn't good. That but that kind of disappointed me, because then, in my opinion, right, when you look at shows and you try to give it a chance, and plus they don't, like, in my opinion, live up to your expectations. I think that some of the writers of the shows don't really try to make the dialogue make sense half of the time. Because then, in my opinion, right, when you look at shows, movies, action movies, when you look at action movies, when you look at shows, you do not expect it to, like, in my opinion, be bad. You don't, because you don't expect the movie or show that you invest your time in to be bad. That and just for the writer, just for writers, and for directors to put their own little spin to it, which I didn't like, in my opinion. I didn't like it, and that's just my opinion on it. Everybody's opinion is different. You can like it, not like it, but in my opinion, I did not like it. I did not like half of the time that half of the stuff they're supposed to be doing. And kind of like when you look at the what episode could have been better, because the Thor episode was funny, but the Thor episode was supposed to be kind of serious at the same time because it made Thor a jokester. But you look at the comic books, Thor is not a jokester of the character. He like a serious character that kind of like that, that kind of say stuff funny. But the things like the things the comic books like he tell jokes from his world. I think kind of a little bit, but he don't go there like the sound like the MCU Thor, like we seeing right now. Not that Thor. And kind of like the thing which I got sound like the Peacemaker show right here. And this Peacemaker show is actually the best one. It is probably um one of the best superhero shows on TV right now. That's new. Uh, because like the Boba Fett show, I think disappointed me. The Boba Fett show disappointed me in my opinion, and that's kind of the bad thing. And kind of like the characters that is surprising me. It's like Vigilante, because I like Murr. I like the IT person that was in a movie with Amanda Waller. I like them. And kind of the other thing I wanted to see, which I like half of the time, there were movies and shows and stuff like that. It's like I would like to see, in my opinion, what happened to Adebayo. If y'all seen episode five of Peacemaker, then you will know as she found out that Murr was actually a butterfly. That because she saw Peacemaker helmet, which I kind of like in my opinion. That on the fifth episode is one of the best ones because the fourth episode was good. The fifth episode, the fourth episode ending was kind of like a chair hanger, I think. A blank, man, y'all know what I mean. A good cliffhanger, in my opinion. It was actually a good cliffhanger. If y'all like the Peacemaker show, then do y'all got a favorite character that y'all like? Because my favorite character I like so far is the John Cena character. I like Peacemaker. That's a given. Hardcore, I like her. I like the whole cast because the whole cast actually is surprising me. And plus James Gunn actually made a good show. Surprisingly, he made a good show on the DC brand. Of my opinion, no, of my opinion, he did a good job. He did a good job when he made this show right here because he didn't make it too funny. He didn't make it too serious at the same time. When you look at it all the way based on characters, everything like that. When you look at characters, shows, and new shows, everything like that, those for a season one of this show, it's actually good. It's actually a good show. It's actually a really good show, in my opinion. Which I do like most of the time. That because think about it, I'm trying to figure out how do the butterflies get inside the head. Do somebody plant them in there? Do somebody plant them in there? Do somebody just they an alien race, everything like that? Because it might be an alien race, but I'm not sure. I, I'm not sure if they're an alien race. I'm not sure the butterflies up in the up in the butterfly's heads. It's different stuff. I think because I'm not sure about um what's the correlation in between the butterflies and being a head, because the only thing that I can think of, in my opinion, what could be the correlation is how can I say this? Of my opinion, the correlation that I can see of it, I think in my opinion that could be a correlation. Is like when that they could be like an alien race that was hiding. It sound like the creeds, but it's good ones then it's bad ones. Um, I think in my opinion, that could have been good or bad, but uh, but like in my opinion, right? What I think that half of the shows would have been bad. I think in my opinion, if it wasn't for if the Peacemaker show wouldn't have been bad if it wasn't for the style that that Peacemaker had put on John Cena, just let John Cena shine. I think in my opinion, and John Cena for me, I actually like John Cena up in the Suicide Squad movie, and that's what I was one of the few people that actually like him as Peacemaker in my opinion. But the thing about it, before the Peacemaker show had came out, before he played Peacemaker, I wanted him to play Shazam in my opinion, and that would have been like a good fit for me, I think. And that's just my opinion of it, because that's why if you look at it, some people like it, some people don't, and kind of like my other opinion, which I do like most of the time, is like for me, right, the on the Peacemaker show for me, it it, it actually it actually for me got a good story going on. It actually got a good story, which for me, just for a new character like that to have a new director and therefore a story to go together, and that's actually good in my opinion for the stuff to be good. Sound like everybody different though. Everybody different in my opinion, and sound like of my opinion, which I do think could be good, bad, everything in between. If you look at it, um, sound like in my opinion, when you look at it, shoot, I do think that some of the stories, movies, and everything else like that was good. It was actually good in my opinion. It could have been good. It could have been better. And, and plus, in my opinion, right, based on the story the Peacemaker telling, it's simple. And if the Peacemaker show is for for him and for his team right here to try to save the Earth, in my opinion. But everybody different though. They try to save the Earth. Everybody different on that. But like in my opinion, I do think it's good. I do think it's good for for the Peacemaker show to be simple, good, and funny, and everybody different on that. Because like some people think the Peacemaker show is not good, some people think it is. But if you look at it, shoot, man, I do think the Peacemaker show is actually a good show, and the Peacemaker show actually have heart. It actually shows serious parts. It actually shows characters just with dimensions, everything else like that, which was kind of surprising, of my opinion, to have characters that is surprisingly good. it was surprisingly good in my opinion. But some people think the Peacemaker show is bad. Some people think it's good. But sound like in my opinion, I do think the Peacemaker show is actually like a good show, and that just me in my opinion about it. Because that's what you can look at. If you look at my opinion on I do think that some other stuff could be is good based on Peacemaker, and the future of DC is looking like a little bit brighter if the people in DC just don't screw it up. I hope the people in DC is making good movies. That's all I want. I just want good movies. I want a Nightwing movie and a Batman movie first before we get in the background movie. But the thing about for me, right, is like shoot, how can I say this? I still want a Batman movie. I still want a Nightwing movie. I would like that movie, in my opinion, the Nightwing movie. And that just for me, in my opinion, what I think of it. Um, because think about it, shoot, because like for me, I do think a Nightwing movie just would make more sense than a background movie, which we get now. And the thing, in my opinion, and like I think the best Batman we got was Ben Affleck, in my opinion. But everybody different though. Everybody different on that part. Uh, That's good thing about it. Some people think that some of the movies is bad. Some people think it's good, everything like that. And kind of like the chart that I got me looking at. Kind of like my opinion. Let's try to measure every Mortal Kombat animated movie. The animated movies for different Mortal Kombat. Because think about it, some of them I like better than others. Just good thing about it. Secondly, Star Wars. I think the Star Wars universe is actually good. I like the Star Wars universe, but the thing about I might like it, but this show right here, the Boba Fett show right here, need more him. He need he need more presence. I think in his show for him, if he want to be like the head leader, I think in my opinion, he want to be the head leader. He want to be the head leader and everything else like that, which I don't like. Which I don't like half of the time. To have in my opinion, how can I say this? They got to have different um he got to have a different presence outside of other people in the game, in my opinion. But the thing about it, some people think it's um some people think it's ludicrous that is that Bubba Fett don't got to have a pretty intimidating presence in that. But the thing about me, in my opinion, is like this being a good presence. I think, in my opinion, is actually for me a real good thing. Of my opinion, I do think it's a good thing, and that's just me. If you look at it from my opinion, if Boba Fett his show just would have did half of the things, at least a little bit, what Mandalorian was doing in that fifth episode. That fifth episode was the best one. It was good, and episode six better. In my opinion, continuing because episode five was good. Episode six got just got to continue with the bigger momentum, in my opinion, because that's what the episode 6 and 7 don't hit, then that will mean that this person right here had serious from nothing, and that's just my opinion about it. And it kind of like for me, in my opinion, which I think, in my opinion, could be good, bad, everything different. Is it's like this show for me, in my opinion, is whoever made this show, that they made the pacing too slow, in my opinion. They made the pacing of the show too slow. Because like the first 2 episodes, I understand the reason why you got to have flashbacks and everything else in the first 2 episodes. But the third and fourth episodes should have him coming in, taking over little by little, just by sectors and stuff like that. And just having a intimidating presence, I think, of him, just trying to put his presence in certain areas. I think, in my opinion, would have been good. But then, by my opinion, um, but the thing, in my opinion, which I do think could be good or bad, and everything between, is like some people think that is that both is not a good character, but the thing, but the thing about, for me, um, if you look at for this show, um, you wouldn't know that this character is actually was actually a most fair body hunter, everything like that, which is bad, like, in my opinion, which is kind of dumb, in my opinion. But everybody different on that part. But the damn body, in my opinion, about the whole thing is, like, I think, in my opinion, which I think in my opinion, which I think in my opinion could have been good or bad. But this Boba Fett show, episode 6 and 7 got to hit, because then, for me, episode 6 and 7 do not hit, which I think, in my opinion, it won't. Then that will mean, like, in my opinion, is that this series will be a disappointment, and nobody won't be excited to see him. Which I think, in my opinion, will be a waste, in my opinion, because think about it, Boba Fett and Mandalorian, he was much more savage. He was much more as a better flush out character. He was a better, most flush out character, in my opinion, based on that. But then, in my opinion, it sounds like some people think that some people think he wasn't. Some people, I think he is, in my opinion. But the thing about it, in my opinion, is like, I can think he a good character, but the things, in my opinion, is like, how can I say this? Disney Disney, like, in my opinion, got the willing to show the work, which I think, in my opinion, could be bad, good, and everything different. Which I think, in my opinion, could be. If you look at it just from like a point of view, which I think, in my opinion, could be. But it could have been from a point of view, which I think, in my opinion, could be. But the thing about my opinion, based on shows, movies, everything I see, shoot, I do think that some people, like, I think, in my opinion, do try to, like, in my opinion, set their own agenda inside the show, just let them go by the character, which is messed up and bad, in my opinion. But but everybody's different on that part. Getting the industry. Let's just try to go to the tier list, just on the more comeback list, because just I know that a lot of people got Just got something to say about what's their favorite Mortal Kombat movie, animated movie, if they have one. Because like for me, every Mortal Kombat movies and anime movies. Uh-oh. Oh shoot. This is all of them. I hope this stuff actually good. That kind of like the first one I want to go to. Hmm. How can I say this? It's not bad. Mortal Kombat 1, the first one, is one of my favorites. I hate to say like that, but Mortal Kombat 1 is one of my favorites. No, it's one of my favorites. Mortal Kombat Legacy, I like that one. I put that one under good. No, wait a minute. That one great. I'll put this one under good. Hmm. Wait a minute. Well, both of them Legacy. Yeah. I like how both of them because both of them I saw in YouTube. YouTube. I think I bought it. Rebirth. Put that under okay. Not bad, but I put it under okay. I will put this one under just good. Everybody different. Animated cartoon. I put that under just good. I put under good. Boy, against the big boys. Oh man, I hate this. I hate this. Shoot. Oh man, I like these though. This one, uh, bad, bad. I just bad. Put that down there. Dang, God, I hate to put it down there, but that's the worst out the bunch. This one, just okay. Shoot, man, shoot. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I'll put that under good. Mortal Kombat, the first movie. Actually, like that one. I'll put that in the favorite. I'll put more these two under favorites anyway. Shoot, because I like those two. I like these two. These is all my ratings for it. But it's up to y'all. Just if y'all disagree with some of them, then y'all can put it in the chat if you disagree with them. But it's up to y'all. If y'all want to move it up, move it down, it's up to y'all at the end of the day. I just think, in my opinion, that that these ratings is actually good, up in my opinion. But they got in my opinion, they Annihilation. This was a bad movie, y'all. I tried. I tried, y'all. But everybody different on that. Man, because like when you look at so many movies, so many movies doesn't make no sense after the time. Some people like it, some people don't. But with everybody, Sorry YouTube. Sorry, sorry YouTube. Sorry Twitch. It just was like a technical issue and stuff like that. I hate that junk. When you lose Wi-Fi, sometimes stuff go out, everything like that. I hate that junk. And kind of like for me, right, the more connect list is on. We'll be sharing on Twitter. If y'all want to see it, or Twitter and stuff like that, it'll be on there. And um, I hope y'all agree with me. I don't, and y'all can type in the comments. Well, would y'all list be for more comeback movies? What your favorite more comeback movie is? Because for me, I got a lot of favorites. Deal with Mortal Kombat characters. I got favorite characters Mortal Kombat, but things for me right is like I don't got a lot of stuff. But everybody different on that though. Which kind of like for me is that I don't like certain stuff dealing with Mortal Kombat characters. Some people like it, some people don't. But the thing about for me, right, if y'all got a favorite Mortal Kombat character, then y'all can type it down below if y'all got favorite Mortal Kombat character and stuff like that. Cause my favorite character for Mortal Kombat, some of the favorites I got is Reptile. I like Liu Kang. I like Jax. I like Raiden. Um, some of the new ones I see is like I like the Chinese boy with the bow and arrow. I like him. I like Scorpion and Sub Zero. I like those two, all both versions of them. Plus, I like Nahh, but he evil, but shoot, his power's cool. I like him. And the thing about it, I like Shang Tsung, but shoot, his shape shifting will get on your nerves half of the time. Shang Tsung, I like him. Plus I like what's my other favorite character? I like damn. Be, this good. The thing about it is like they is making a second Mortal Kombat movie, just the first one because like for me right shoot I do we better the first one because the first movie this was an origin prequel movie and kind of like people just don't get that sometimes. Then because expect to see a whole lot of fighting, but then it's an origin movie. When it's an origin movie, you got to get info first, even before they actually go into it. And some people are patient, but that's what we get in the second one, and we can get more fights. And plus for the second one, they need more fights. They need like, in my opinion, a tournament in the second movie because in my opinion they need to show people like in my opinion fighting in tournaments in the second movie. Some people might not like it, some people will. But then in my opinion is like they need to show fights in the second movie because that's what when they don't, that's gonna be a problem. Just from with that name more come back in my opinion. Um YouTube, Twitch, I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all next time.